the agreement that was signed between my late party leader Raila Amolo Odinga and the President of the Republic of Kenya had 10 points there. The agenda was 10 points. One of them is that Kenyans wanted an audit of our debt to be able to know how much we owe, who we owe, what that money was used for. And we have been told previously by the Auditor General, because we don't borrow to finance recurrent expenditure, we are supposed to borrow to finance development. We have been told by the Auditor General then, Ouko, that the money we borrowed, for instance, from Eurobond, nobody can trace a single project to which those funds were applied. So, on Saturday, tomorrow, mapema sana, the document that was signed by Raila and the President says that the final report, comprehensive report, shall be given on the 7th of March, which is tomorrow, and not to a select group. It says to the public, to you. In fact, Frank, you should have invited that person, the chairperson of that committee, to come here tomorrow and give that report from here in front of the people. So they are telling us stories. Wanatuambia hadithi ati wataenda Tuesday wafanye sijui presentation kwa joint PG ya ODM na UDA. That agreement was not about ODM and UDA. It was about all of us. They are supposed to give a story or a report on the end of abductions and extrajudicial killings of young people. Just yesterday, one of the people here was telling me somebody was being abducted, sijui akapelekwa wapi huko. They have killed over 20 people, young people, since we signed this MOU. So tomorrow, Madam Agnes Zani, we don't want stories. We do not want stories. We signed #1 agenda on that one. On Sunday will be the International Day of Women. Kina mama oye, warembo hai. Hiyo MOU inasema they must put in place a framework by tomorrow for the implementation of the 2/3 gender rule. Kesho tukikuja, and the good thing with the Kenyan women is that you are lucky. The chairperson of the implementation committee is a woman. So, munasemanga wanaume sisi ndio shida. Yeye, she's a woman like you. Tomorrow, we expect from Senator Agnes Zani a report showing the framework that has been put in place for the implementation of the 2/3 gender rule. So, for me, really, I am here to encourage Kenyans to be brave. I have heard what the CJ has said. We want a country that is run on values. In fact, Your Excellency, I have argued that our constitution already has a manifesto for the sort of government that we want as Kenyans. And it is found in the preamble of our constitution. Let nobody lie to you with shiny things. I have given the example, Your Excellency, that dictators build fantastic roads. If you go to countries that are dictatorships, mutapata barabara. Dictators build stadiums. In fact, the best example is that prior to this Talanta Stadium, there were only 2 international stadiums in Kenya. Nyayo Stadium and Moi National Sports Center, Kasarani. Both of those stadiums were built by Moi. In 1987, I think, for the All Africa Games, we built Kasarani. If we ask you here, would you want to go back to the life we were living in 1987? In 1987, we had something called detention without trial. They would arrest you and take you here to Nyayo House. The torture chambers are here, survivors are here. That is not the life we wanted to live. So, a dictator will build a stadium. Democrats also build stadiums. Only one of those people will protect your rights. And that is somebody who believes in democracy. Our argument as young people is that we need to pull the country back to the democratic values expressed in the preamble of the constitution. Ya kwamba tuwe nchi ambayo inatawaliwa na maadili 6 muhimu. 6 important values. The first one is human rights. Respect for human rights. The second one is democracy. Freedom, equality, social justice, and the rule of law. Above everything, human beings want to be free. We don't want to live in fear. Ati unakaa hivi kwa nyumba, ukituma tweet ama weke ka video pale TikTok, ati umekujiwa na polisi. Hapana. Hiyo maisha sisi hatutaki kuishi, si ndio? Tunataka kuishi maisha ambayo tuko huru. When you say rule of law, and the CJ has touched on it, how is it possible that people can slave in European countries, in Australia, in the US. Wanafanya kazi ambazo hata wazungu wamekataa kufanya. Kuosha watu wazee kwa manyumba, wazungu wamekataa kufanya hizo kazi. Sasa sisi tunafanya hiyo kazi, mtu ana save pesa kidogo, after amelipa, hiyo shamba iko na title 2. Na moja ni ya Senator Sifuna, hata ukimpeleka kotini, hakuna mahali utampeleka, kwa sababu yeye ni mkubwa. Who will put their money here? It is not possible. Ya kwamba ukiwa na shida na serikali, once wamekupeleka mahakamani na uweze kuwashinda kesi, waachane na wewe. Si mambo ya kukufuata. That is the country we want to live in. Now, we are talking about all these values. These values reflect on everything. The CJ has also touched on transparency. And the problem there in the National Assembly and in the Senate. You know, all these issues, there is a panelist here who said, all our problems start and end with the quality of leadership that we have sent to Parliament and in the National Assembly, in the Senate, and also the President. I will give you the most live example. Right now, Parliament is considering approval of what they are calling the Lake Turkana Oil Development Field Development Plan. That is the greatest theft of public resources we will see in our lifetime. I can assure you. I can assure you. But wale pale bunge wanapitisha tu mambo. Mimi nimesema siku ile kura itapigwa, nitasimama na watu wa Turkana, nitasimama na watu wa Kenya. That contract is unconscionable. I am telling you. Because we will never see a shilling of that oil. Many countries have gone through this, and we are going to be the next victims. So that transparency is required.